5:34 in the morning. Actually, just a couple minutes late leaving. We're gonna pick Scott up at his place and head over to Isaqueena this morning to do our normal Saturday hike.
What's up, Mark?
What's up, man? You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this. Typical Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Coming into the big town of Central.
It's perfect timing, wasn't it?
It's absolutely perfect timing. It's a pretty square body for sure. Gates open.
No, we're not the first people here this morning.
Yeah, we normally arrive here before daylight. As long as they don't take my parking place.
They did.
Oh,
We'd ask them to move.
get out of here. Get out of here, little Honda.
It's my fault. I'll take the blame. I was the one that couldn't get up at. Couldn't start this at 5:30. I had to have that extra 15 minutes of sleep.
Gotta find those satellites.
Yeah, it's kind of important
Yep.
for it to do its job, and
So I brought these. And I don't know how to work them. So we're gonna figure out a new thing. This is so that you and I can talk
yeah.
and get. I think this is the home base, so this kind of needs to go into my pocket.
This just records audio.
This just records audio, but I don't know how to turn it on. I don't know how to. All right, so there's 1, 2.
You already turned these on?
Turn it on. I guess you hold it for a minute. Yeah, and blue light comes on. All right. So it looks like it's recording. See the green?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking?
I am talking.
Yeah.
Test, test, test.
Okay.
Right.
So it's recording.
Yeah.
So you put that on your.
Look at that.
Even old redneck boys can figure this stuff out.
Yeah. Just push buttons till it happens, right?
Yeah. So then this goes in your pocket. Now it's not linked to the camera, but I do have a cord to do that. But today I thought I'd be pretty fortunate if I could just get the thing to work.
Yeah.
This is the normal Saturday hike for us if we're in town together and don't have a plan to go do something stupid.
About 5 miles. Right at 5 miles. And got to start with a downhill and end with an uphill. Takes about an hour and a half.
And we could actually take this trail here, and it just kind of goes up through the woods and parallels this road. And I can't remember why we chose the road. I think we were hiking a lot right before daylight and trying to do it without headlamps. So we kind of got in the habit of hiking this road.
Yeah, in the wintertime it didn't get daylight till 7:30.
Something like that.
So it's pretty late for us.
You got to start way early. Clemson experimental forest that we're hiking in, correct? Is that right? Is that what they
Yes.
call it?
Yeah, Clemson.
Isaqueena is what everybody calls it. And there's trails. We don't do these trails, but there's trails. That's Family Trail, Logging, Edward Trail, Double Logging. There's trails all throughout here that we have not hiked.
Yeah, there's like 50, I saw where there's like 50, I think 56 miles of trails in here.
And if, correct me if I'm wrong, there's no real map to it. I've never seen a map.
I think a lot of it may be on like hiking project now.
Okay.
But they've gotten better at mapping it and everything. So there for a while when we were training, we just didn't have a map or anything.
And you can see that trail right there off the side of the road. So even if you were just hiking that trail, you'd be right here on the road pretty much. Yeah.
If they had that bike trail in Pickens, or it's a bike park actually. So I went up there Wednesday, and it's the USS Constitution. It's a national park. Old Ironside.
Is it it's an actual national park?
Yeah. Well, we got there at like 5:15.
Okay.
And it closed at 5.
Okay.
So we didn't. I mean, we got to walk up to it and everything, but we couldn't get on it.
I didn't know that that was an actual national park. I thought it was like a national historic monument or...
I'm pretty sure it's a national. Oh, I'll have to double check it, but I just remember seeing national park. I don't remember seeing historical park or anything. I'm sure it's a historical park, right? I mean,
I don't know, because some of those things, some of those national parks will surprise you. Like the Gateway Arch in St. Louis is a national park.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Or you think something is a national park and it's a national forest.
Yeah. Sun's starting to peek through.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a rough one today.
We got a late start because somebody wants to sleep in. So it's gonna be hot when we get done.
Yeah.
But this kind of long shadow stuff,
Yeah.
is my favorite time of the morning when I'm in the deer stand.
Yeah. Kind of like, it's like everything's waking up
Yeah.
and the birds start chirping.
And I always think I'm gonna see a big monster deer
Yeah.
when the light gets like that, but I never see a big monster deer. Or if I do, I get shaky and I can't get him. Pull the trigger and clean miss.
Yeah, I failed to mention that this was down road. It goes down to the Isaqueena Dam, flows into Lake Hartwell. I think it's probably a mile and a quarter, a mile and a half to the dam from the parking lot. You know, a lot of people just come up here, bring their dogs and walk the trail down to the lake and back. About a 3-mile hike in. It's a wide trail, it's not technical, but it is a pretty long uphill.
Coming out of here.
Yeah, it's uphill the whole way. Well, maybe for at least a mile and a quarter of it, it's uphill.
We like hiking this way better.
Yeah. And I think most of it's because of, like you said, in the winter times when we get early start, it's still dark out and you can see better on the road. You don't necessarily need a headlamp, although we've come out here before and had to start off with the headlamps. remember when we were training. I remember I came out here one time like at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I met you guys out here because I did a few miles before y'all got here, and then we met up, did a few more. Spent a lot of time out here. Broke a lot of spider webs.
Broke a lot of spider webs. So we're coming down and trail just about the end of here at the Isaqueena Dam, and we'll get on single track in a second. If the gates are open, you can actually drive down here, but they are very seldom open. And used to be, years ago, you could walk out on this dam. But as with anything, people do dumb stuff, and you can't walk across it anymore.
We used to slide down this thing when I was kids before they put these gates up.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It's just,
They get shut down because people like us that come out here and get hurt, I guess.
I don't know, it seems like for years everything's fine, you know, and all of a sudden one person does something wrong. And then you can't enjoy that place in the way that you used to. I don't know that I want to slide down it in pollen season.
Yeah. They used to call this the bombing range lake. I think it was after World War II or before World War II, I don't remember, but they would do practice drops by the bombers, and there for a while you could find some of these where they'd missed and they'd landed on the banks.
I never heard that.
Yeah, I called it the bombing range lake.
In fact, I don't know that I've ever been down this trail that we just came down.
Yeah. So this part's Lake Hartwell, and that lake is Isaqueena.
This part at the bottom of the dam is Lake Hartwell, and the dam is holding back Lake Isaqueena. Yeah. Normal hike is we come down the East Dam Road and then hang a right here on this Isaqueena Trail and walk the lake.
Isaqueena Lake Trail. Follows the lake probably for 2 miles.
Probably. And it's single track. It's a biker and hiker trail.
Yeah. There's no directions, so you can go either direction anytime you want. There's some sections on it that's pretty challenging on a mountain bike, just because they're like roots and rocks, but it's not horrible.
Mm-mm.
Miles in.
What are you talking about? Being careful on a mountain bike?
Yeah.
Somebody missed a trail right there.
Yeah.
Probably hit that root.
Yeah. I have experience with that.
Me too out here. My brother and I, both of us were a little heavy at the time. Clayton was, I don't know, he was probably maybe 15 pounds heavier than me. And I was, I don't know, maybe 220, 230. And we were riding bikes out here, and we're headed down to the other side of the parking lot. Pretty significant downhill. And this guy comes zipping by us. Like he was, I mean, you could tell he was a mountain biker. He was in shape, you know, 145 pounds or whatever, and thought he was just awesome. And he come by us, kind of ribbing us a little bit. And it wasn't 4 seconds later, he was rubber side up.
Oh, God.
We saw a rock shoot out from under his front tire.
Oh, no.
And that dude was rubber side up in less than a second.
He needed to be humbled, didn't he?
Oh, man. And me and Clay, 230 pounds, come riding by. Hey, man, you all right?
That was pretty spectacular.
That was incredible, man.
911. There's a couple of these points out here.
That you can get right down to the water's edge. A couple of these points.
A beaver or something, maybe.
Something.
The boat ramp is over here.
What's that national park up there?
That?
No, it's as you're just coming back in the U.S. It's the one we missed on our big trip where we went out west.
Oh, glaciers?
No, Voyagers.
Voyagers, yeah.
Voyagers. So on our way back in, we were going to camp at Voyagers or around that area, and the black flies were so bad you couldn't get out of the truck without getting covered.
Wow.
So that added 3 or 4 nights of hotel to our trip.
What y'all end up with? Did you say 17,000?
11,000 miles. 11,000. I just put video out. And,
I was talking about cost.
oh,
Maybe 12 or something? 7?
it was a bunch.
Yeah.
Like $12,000. But I don't know that you could have done it a whole lot cheaper than we did.
Yeah.
Man, that sunrise is pretty.
Yeah.
If I could have just got somebody up out of bed a little sooner, you could have caught the actual sunrise.
I didn't figure the GoPros would do well in the low light. So
Likely excuse.
It's odd that I get up every morning, 5:30.
No problem, right?
Yeah. Well, I get paid for that. So.
Yeah.
Now, usually I can get up easier when we do something like this than I do for work, but it's been catching up with me. We're not getting any younger, Mark.
No, we are not. Look at this huge tree. I don't know if that's the biggest one out here. but that is a monster.
It's a sweet gum. Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah, this is where I crashed right here, Mark.
Got down in that ditch.
Yeah, I hit this rock
Right here.
and I think it might have been, I thought it was right in here, but I don't remember that log there. But I went off this bank right here and yeah, I don't even know what happened. It happened so quick. I mean, you're moving on pretty good coming through here.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite little sections because you come zipping through this little hill and have to make this quick turn. Spider webs.
Yeah, they're everywhere. If you want me to take a turn, I will. I ain't scared.
It's gonna make a nice brim bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, these roots on a bicycle.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Mark, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you out here?
I hit myself in the shin with a machete. Didn't expect that, did you?
No, I didn't.
My brother and I were, I don't know, we were mountain biking out here a bunch, and we decided to come out and clear some trails that were overgrown. So, like, we made a plan, came back and walked and carried machetes, and man, we were doing good. And that thing slipped out of my hand, and it had one of them ropes around your wrist.
Yeah.
And it come back and whack right in the shin.
Oh, wow.
And it barely broke the skin, but it hit so hard it caused a bump to rise up almost immediately.
Yeah.
And then that little dent where it had barely broke the skin just split open and started bleeding.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that, yeah.
That egg rose up, pew, and it just split open. And you're miles from anywhere, you know, so you're like, well, I guess I'm bleeding. So we finished up what we had to do, and
Did you have shorts on?
oh yeah, because, you know, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, being out in the woods and briars and everything.
Yeah,
Shorts is the way to go.
it is. It's my first choice. I think I had flip-flops on. No, I'm kidding.
That was before crop. I think the craziest thing, well, I've had two things that was like really odd out here, and both of them was with Ross. And one time we were biking over there next to Wildcat, and we come around the corner, and there's a dude up in a tree. And I mean, he's like, it's a straight tree, so with no branch. He shimmied up, and you could tell he was in distress. And Ross was like, "Are you okay?" He was like, "Yeah." He said, "How did you get up that tree?" He said, "Me and my dogs were walking, and had some wild pigs come after him. So he shimmied up the tree, and we'd heard the dogs barking. We didn't think nothing about it. I mean, these dogs out here all the time, but his dogs had took off after those hogs, and he was trying to figure out how to come down because he was starting to lose his strength. So
you don't want to just drop.
But you know, it seemed too odd for him not to be on drugs. You know, I mean, even if you're, it was just, it almost got the impression that, you know, hey, this guy's on drugs or something. But I mean, he looked normal. He seemed normal. He was his level was intensified because of adrenaline, so you could tell something happened. But
what drug are you taking, man? I'm on straight adrenaline.
I got a long ride back. Let me know what you.
I got a supplier in Isaqueena Forest. I go there and get my adrenaline.
Oh man! But on the way back, when we were getting close to the parking lot, we heard gunshots going off, and so I don't know. It was just totally weird. It was completely random, and it was just a weird experience. But the craziest thing that happened to us was we would come out here and ride mountain bikes at night in the winter time because it gets dark so early. And it was like, I don't know, probably 6 at night. So it'd been dark an hour, almost an hour. And we're coming back. I forgot the name of it's where Lawrence, you can turn out off of Lawrence and get down to the road. But anyway, we were biking across there, and we heard Ross stop me, and he said, "Did you hear that?" And I'm like, "No." He was like, "Somebody screamed, 'Help me!'" And I was like, "You crazy?" And then we heard it again, and we saw this little bitty tiny light. There was 2 girls, and well, we didn't know it at the time. We were like, "Man, is this some sort of trap or something? What's going on here?" And we didn't have anything protection-wise with us. So, but Ross hollered, "Do you need help?" And they were like, "Yes, yes." And they came screaming down that mountain, ran through the creek and everything. And what it was 2 girls from Clemson University in the dendrology class, and they had come out to look for a specific tree, and they got lost. And I don't think they came out here like 4 o'clock, so they didn't have much daylight. And but they got turned around because they had parked at the parking lot, and they had done called 911, and she had done called her parents and everything. And we were like, well, we'll walk out with you. But one of the girls, that cell phone had already died. They had yoga pants on and a t-shirt, and it was December. You know, it was kind of warm, but it gets cool at night. And no water, no provisions or anything. And they were just totally freaked out. And so we walked with them back up to the road because the gate was shut at the time. And her parents were up there at the gate. He come over and shake my hand and thanked us for bringing them out and everything. But that's it's pretty crazy. I thought about writing the instructor at Clemson, telling him, hey, if you're going to send people out in the woods, probably need to have some sort of survival training beforehand.
At least a little basic. I was going to say it seemed like an instructor problem or a teacher problem more than it was. Like he should have took 5 minutes and went, hey, make sure you go during the day, leave yourself plenty of time, take water. I mean, I don't know why you got to tell 18, 20-year-old people that, but
yeah.
A lot of these kids have never been in the woods.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and there again, maybe they did, and they just didn't pick up on it or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
They didn't heed the advice, so.
Well, we were not there. Well, I mean, y'all were there.
Yeah.
But we weren't in the classroom.
But anyway, it was an F.
I'm sorry, quick to judgment.
It was an F.
They failed.
Yeah. I mean, just think if we were the only, when we got back to the parking lot, we were the only people left. And if we wouldn't have been coming by, because we had our headlamps on from riding.
Yeah.
So you could see, these things are super bright. So, and we was probably making all kind of racket. But if we wouldn't have come by at that time that we did, or if we would have, if we wouldn't have been there, then those girls would have been out here for the night, because this place is pretty eerie at night.
That's outstanding, isn't it?
Yep.
We've got a duck house over there. I know they got a few of those out there.
This place is crazy at night with the frogs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's almost deafening.
It's a hidden gem. I mean, it's pretty. We do this trail on Saturdays that Scott and I have work to do or things we have to get home for. We'll come out early, get this hike in, kind of decompress from a week's worth of work at our respective jobs, tell each other funny stories and laugh at each other's mistakes. What's up, Turtle?
Oh, wow.
And then, usually by 9 or 10 o'clock, we're home doing our chores.
One of the flies.
Yep. Don't fly. Shoe fly. Don't bother me.
They're all over your shoulder.
They're everywhere, man. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. I'm not going to say anything because it's going to happen to me too.
This is kind of a junction of trails.
Yeah.
Isaqueena Lake Trail is what we're just coming off of. You can go up that way to Rocky.
That is a fun mountain bike trail.
It is. It comes, Rocky continues through here.
And Lawrence goes back up.
Back up where we're going, we actually run into Lawrence again.
Yeah.
At the top.
So we take Rocky, head back down toward the main road in Isaqueena.
All right, so we will go up that way to get out of here. And you can ride your mountain bike across this bridge. You can just hop up on it and ride across it.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure your handlebars don't hit.
Yep.
So this is where Ross and I, those girls came running down through here and just plumped across this creek, probably just a few 100 feet down the road here.
So this is the main road through Isaqueena. This is Willow Springs, kind of a picnic area here. If you continue up that way, we used to go right into Wildcat and go up over that ridge, and we'd come down here and then make our way back out.
Yeah, that made a 7.5 mile loop.
Yeah, just added, what, 2 miles, 2.5 miles to this thing. And I don't want to walk way up here today, but because we do got choring to do. I don't think I've ever been over to this Willow Springs picnic area before. I don't know.
That's a weird deal. I was recessed into. Oh.
Yeah, I think it was a spring at one time through here. But it's not much of a spring right this minute.
We'll stack it.
Yeah. But there's an old fire pit right there. Like so you could grill, I guess. It's awful low.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a table here or something at some point. But it's an experimental forest, so all this is constantly changing.
Yeah, they'll log sections of it out every time, replant. That's a fun one on the mountain bike.
It is.
Going down, not going up.
Not going up.
drinker.
That bee is just bothering him. He don't seem to mind at all. Let's get off of Lawrence and hop on Roy and Dale to finish this up. So if you'll look up here, that's actually the road that you come into the park on. And if you look through the trees there, you can see the sign at the end. Main parking. That's how we end this. Next stop is the Waffle House. How did it feel recording on your recording device? Was that weird?
No, it didn't seem weird. I mean, well, I guess when we first started, we knew it was there.
Yeah.
But after we got to walking, kind of, we forgot about it. It's not heavy.
No.
And we put it up on my collar, so it didn't rub or anything. So it seemed fine.
Seemed fine to me too.
Yeah, they're lightweight.
Rode wireless. You ready to go to Waffle House?
I am. I'm hungry.
Coming through Central. I guess that's a wrap.
Yep.
Waffle House is over. Headed to the house.
Yep. It's good. I was like, this is our typical Saturday morning hike, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah,